Marijuana is beneficial to the people and to the state in many different ways. Marijuana can help cure diseases. I think marijuana should be legalized because it can be used in the medical field to help the sick. It benefits the state by making money through taxes, and its dangers have been exaggerated for decades. Marijuana can be used for medical reasons such as helping cure seizure disorders, help cure HIV/AIDS. Marijuana can kill cancer cells in the human body. It can help with nausea from cancer chemotherapy, and it can help relieve muscle spasms.
Ryan, you say marijuana is good for medical uses, but most people use it for recreational purposes, and that can make it bad for you. It can cause mental problems such as schizophrenia and physical problems such as lung disease.
If marijuana was legalized, there could be tax for it. If marijuana was legalized, the state could make millions in tax revenue in just the first year. In the first year, Colorado made over $2 million from tax revenue after marijuana was legalized. The money made from taxes can be used to build schools and hospitals in the state.
Ryan, you say marijuana is good for taxes, but it still costs a lot of money for the consumer. You have to buy the actual weed and then buy a way to consume it. And if you start buying that stuff 1 or 2 times a week, the money will start adding up.
The dangers of marijuana have been exaggerated for years, and it is not as bad as it seems. 88,000 Americans die every year due to alcohol. There are 0 recorded deaths from marijuana itself. You can die binge drinking 5 minutes after being exposed to alcohol. That isn't going to happen with marijuana. You cannot die overdosing on marijuana.
Ryan, you say marijuana is not as bad as it seems, but it is not good for you. When you're 30 to 40 years old and you smoke marijuana regularly, that can be a problem. Instead of doing your work or job, you are getting high because you're addicted. And even when you're in school, it can be a problem. Instead of studying for tests or doing homework, you're getting high with your friends and flunking out of school.
Legalizing marijuana has many benefits, such as helping the sick, making millions in taxes, and compared to alcohol, marijuana is much safer. Marijuana would benefit millions of people, and it would make millions in taxes that would benefit the community and the state.
Many people think that marijuana is just a harmless drug that makes you laugh and chill out, but most people don't realize that it can really affect people's lives. I think marijuana should not be legalized because of 3 reasons. First, it's super addictive for some people. Second, it is really bad for your mental health. And third, it decimates people's physical health. Marijuana can be super addictive for some people. Some people are genetically prone to addiction. That means no matter how hard they try, they're most likely to become addicted. That can become a problem, because when you're addicted, it is really hard to stop. If you have a job or a work to do, marijuana can distract you from those tasks. That means that you will not be able to get them done as easily as you would like.
Marijuana itself cannot be addictive, but the effects of it can. It is shown that caffeine can be more addictive than marijuana is.
Marijuana is really bad for your mental health. A recent Northwestern University study found that marijuana users have abnormal brain structure and poor memory, and that chronic marijuana abuse may lead to brain changes resembling schizophrenia. As you take marijuana, it can also deteriorate the brain and lower the IQ. This means that you will be less smarter. It can also damage your memory. This could be bad because if you're trying to remember something, you can't.
If marijuana was legalized medically, then there would be less effects on the brain. This is because you can buy it without the THC, the main ingredient in marijuana that causes the high.
Marijuana can decimate people's physical health. Marijuana users can have lung problems 20 years earlier than smokers. And if you are smoking while you're pregnant, that can cause birth defects for the baby. This shows that it is bad overall for you, and it's just not worth doing it.
If you are scared that your baby will have birth defects, then simply do not smoke marijuana when pregnant. Marijuana produces a high that generally makes the user feel more relaxed, happy, and more talkative. It can also increase appetite.
I think we should not legalize marijuana for 3 reasons. It is extremely addictive for some people, it is bad for your mental health, and it's bad for your physical health. Marijuana is not good for you. It can harm you and your loved ones. It is just not worth it.